tutorial I. We've done this before. We did it an octave lower last time. If you look back in your music, well, where is it? It's C was the one that we did before, okay? But it's now up an octave, so. Now, this is a chance to really kind of mellow things out a little bit, and we kind of need that. We've been going pretty hard at it for a while, and I think this is just a great place to kind of broaden the bow. There's still accents for sure, you know, wah da da, but we're gonna make sure that those accents aren't. We're not gonna hammer them like we've been doing some of the other stuff. So. So letter I couldn't be easier. It's just a low 1 on the E, open D, open A. Thank goodness, right? We've had plenty of hard passages. Okay? The trick is, see how my hand's down here right now? That's not really going to work for what we're about to do. I actually need to get my hand up and around, so because we have this B flat. So you kind of can be playing this easy thing and thinking of what's coming up. That's actually a great way to prepare your left hand for things, and your bow too, is play what you're playing, but think ahead, and what can I do right now to get ready for what's coming up next? So I can get my arm around, because our goal here is to sound not choppy, it's to sound smooth and silky, and like just kind of bring out this gorgeous line. Alright, now, it looks like I got some low B flat. I think I leave those out, the last beat in I. Yeah, and then we're going to shift up into second position. No one likes second position, but it's kind of the most useful position in the world because, for the exact reason that it is so difficult, it's in between first and third, right? First, you have this nice stop, where you stop back here. Third position, you bring your wrist in and you kind of have something to feel. Second position is kind of no man's land. It's right in between. And that's why people don't like it. But because of that, everything that doesn't work in first and third position tends to work in second. So now, you could play this in first if you want. But what we end up with is that difficulty of getting this two. Okay, so I would encourage you to try second position in this case. This is a professional fingering. You might not like it, but get to like it. You'll see why eventually. Okay, so it's just 1 1 1 2. Whole step between the first and the second. So from letter I, the bowing is just kind of like a rocking motion. Here it is, back. Okay, and then another shift into third. Okay, not so hard. And that prepares your third finger. Remember what I said about thinking ahead? We're going to be thinking ahead. That third finger. All right, let's talk about that measure. Remember that measure back at C, in the C section that was like this? Same thing. It's this kind of rocking back and forth. Let's go through it slowly. This is measure 55. Open D, open A. 1 and 2, and they touch. 1 on the A, 2 on the E. Oops. Can you see that? How tight they are together? Maybe from this view is a little easier. Very tight. And then a shift down. This is not a hard shift because you're going as far as you can with the 1. It's a B flat. So it goes all the way down and all the way back, kind of end of the line. extremely dissonant, right? Can you hear this? That's as dissonant as it gets. The major seventh, right? So, okay, really stretch that one back and the three up so you can really bring it out. Why do we want to bring out something that sounds dissonant? Because dissonance leads to resolution, which we like. So kind of pain and suffering to relief or happiness. So isn't that nice afterwards? Especially if you really stretch. That's not so hard getting from this. What seems to be hard though is getting the two onto both strings, okay, because you need it. Because that's what's coming up. Okay, this is measure 56 again, so it's the note before measure 56, last note of measure 55, into measure 56, shift into third, and it's a fifth. 1-1, ugh, right? It's hard. It's hard to find that. Good news is we're actually going to be emphasizing the other note, the 4. So you really need to make sure the octave is in tune. But you're just going to kind of bust up into third position as fast as you can. And it's kind of minimized. It'd be great if you could play it in tune. It'd be great if I could play it in tune. It'd be great if we could all play it in tune. See, over and over again, you do things like that, and they start to sink in, and they get better and better. So, now, do I have a double stop on that 3? No, but I let things bleed over. If I didn't let things bleed over, it would sound too square, and that is a danger for any of you classical players who are coming to something like this. You could be, one of the best violinists in the world, and you're not going to be able to pull this off if you sound like you're playing Mozart. Okay, so. Okay. Good news is we've done the rest of this, right? So. You know about the grab by now, right? So the only difference between the beginning measure of letter I and this one that's directly under it is that first note. We've done this. This measure is new. This is measure 59. It's not hard though, so. Now, you know me, I'm probably going to hit that A string, right? And I like that. I like that dissonance between the B flat. So find little things like that. I didn't want to write those specific notes in the music because I don't want it to sound like this. It's not. It's... And it happens to hit the A string at the same time. Shift down, low 1. We've done that also. It's as low as you can basically go, which makes it pretty easy. All right, and then you know how I like the double shuffle. Here we go. All right, right into J. Any questions on that? So this section, really try to stress the beauty of it, and then kind of the flowing nature, and then as you get towards the end, it gets more aggressive and into letter J, which if you don't recognize what we're doing at letter J by now, then you should just quit. No, I'm kidding. We're about to head to letter J.